Hey, listener! Yeah, you! Maxine here reminding you, do not change the station! Keep listening. Statistically speaking, the first people to stop listening to this broadcast die first. And statistics don't lie. I mean, unless you count all those times they do, which is often. But not this time. This time, the math checks out. And guess what? Life is way too short to argue with statistics. Life is far too short in general. Especially yours. So, sit back, enjoy the show, and please, don't make me break up the spreadsheet to prove your demise.
The world's gone dark, but we're still here. A voice in the static, loud and clear. When the roads are gone and the nights are long, we keep you safe, we keep you strong. So light that candle, lock your door. We've walked through worse, we've seen much more. You're not alone, just stay in range. We help you live through all this strange. One broadcast at a time, we fight the fear. You keep surviving and we'll stay near.
News, entertainment, and your only defense against the unknown. This is the Cozy Box.
Ah, there you are. Welcome, my audio parasites. You've squirmed your way into another live broadcast of the Cozy Box after the clock stopped ticking. If you're just now hearing this transmission for the first time, allow me to offer a very special welcome to you, our new listeners, from the realm of silent collapse. You're late, yes, but don't worry. Time means nothing here. You'll catch up eventually. Anyway, I'm Jonathan, your host. But before we dive into tonight's festivities, let me take care of a few quick announcements. Tegan won Employee of the Year, and as promised, we'll be naming the control room after her. From now on, it's going to be named Tegan's Room. Good news! Our engineers have finally decided to address the screams you've all been hearing from our feed lately. I'm pleased to announce that, starting today, the screams will be muffled. Due to the events from the last episode, we've installed new motion detection security cameras, and they're very good at their job. Too good, in fact, that they've started communicating with each other. Unfortunately, we don't know what they're saying, but they've been staring at the same corner of the office for 3 days now. Anyway, let's revisit last episode. You may recall a small incident. Someone, bless their misguided heart, broke into our little studio bunker, which is terribly rude if I might add. Everyone knows you can only get into the studio if you have an appointment or an invitation. Yet, some people seem to think they can just waltz in uninvited. But we're not animals, so we made him our guest for tonight. There he is. Say hello to the parasites, dear intruder. Shh. No shouting, remember? The microphones do not like that. They do not like that at all. Anyway, he's doing just fine, aren't you, my dear guest? All right, he blinked once. That means yes in our studio dialect. But we've got someone extra special for tonight. Someone who actually wants to be here. Can you imagine? Please welcome back Matt, my co-host, self-proclaimed spiritual investigator, and the only man I know who's been declared legally dead 4 times and still smells like cedarwood. I'm kidding, of course. Matt, my man, tell our parasites what's on the menu tonight.
Thanks, Jonathan. It's great to be back here after a lengthy holiday leave. For the benefit of our new parasites out there, let me first talk about these so-called restless spirits. Lost souls caught between veils. You know, ghosts. The soft creaks you hear when you're alone. They're not just the house settling or plumbing issues. Ever jolted awake in the dead of night, thinking you heard someone call your name? It might sound like a loved one, or it could sound like someone else entirely. But it's them, calling, creeping into your world, trying to force their way into the living.
They do sound really persistent, aren't they?
Oh, they're so persistent. They've probably been staring at you for hours while you sleep, gaze burning with envy of your pulse, your breath, your lifeness, if you will. Now, many dismiss these ghosts as tricks of the mind, but I'm telling you now, 90% of the time, they're not. You see, trauma, memory, and suffering imprint themselves on the environment like a wine stain you just can't scrub out. There are even case studies of people moving into homes where the exact same dreams, thoughts, even violent tendencies occur from one resident to the next. Patterns repeating like a curse on shuffle. And it doesn't help that people talk about them and pass their story across generations.
That's how they get really strong, isn't it? That's how their presence really gets cemented. Hey, you know what would be a perfect example?
Yeah, go for it.
Remember the old lady's sightings from that road? What do you call that road? Hillingham Heights of the realm of Median Path?
Oh, absolutely. The old lady dressed in all white that pops out of nowhere or appears just briefly in your back seat while you're driving at night. Hundreds of sightings, not to mention the huge number of deaths from car accidents following that. And all because these spirits, oh boy, these spirits feed on fear. The more you acknowledge them, the more their chains break. The chains preventing them from interacting with the real world. Poltergeists, doppelgangers, bantaliths, mirror wraiths, the list goes on and on. They are all products of these breaking of chains. Because once those chains snap, that is when true horror begins.
I couldn't agree more, Matt. Well, having said all that, it's not the main reason you're here tonight, aren't you? There's something far more troubling on the horizon.
I'm afraid so, Jonathan. There is a newly discovered ghost entity. One that doesn't feed on fear or acknowledgement. No. This one feeds on disbelief. That's right. The more you don't acknowledge it, the more it gets stronger.
My God. This one is tricky. So you're not going to be safe either way.
That's correct. It defies the very limits of our understanding. And this one could have been around for ages. People just don't pay them enough attention. I've seen it firsthand, in your world, people of the realm of silent collapse, during my recent travel. You see, I found out that most of you in your realm encounter sleep paralysis. You know, those moments where you wake up paralyzed, feeling something is watching you. All of you, across different places and cultures, have the same exact experience and the same exact shadowy figures. But you dismiss it as what? Coincidence? Evolutionary psychology? And here's the thing. This entity knows that. It thrives on it. Your refusal to believe. On your denial. It's drawn to your hesitation. To the gaps in your understanding. And Jonathan, I kid you not, people from this realm often experience false temporal flashbacks, of which they casually named as déjà vu. You know, a familiar event replaying itself in your mind. Only it doesn't make sense. You think it's a memory, but it's not. It's the entity, erasing the boundaries between time and space. And most people ignore the warning signs. The feeling of a cold hand hovering above their heads, the sensation that something is just off. They dismiss it as coincidence. It's unbelievable. But that's what this entity wants. It wants to remain unseen.
That's a lot to take in, Matt. You're telling me this thing is feeding off people's refusal to believe?
Exactly. And once it has latched onto that disbelief, it can cross into your world. That's when it starts to take forms and toys with you. It knows when you don't trust your own senses. It's waiting for you to doubt, to give it that one last push. Ever seen a weird old lady waving at you in the middle of a park, Just some random lunatic, right? What about a boy wearing outdated clothing staring at you from your window in the middle of the night when you come back to bed from the toilet? It's just a dream, right? Which is why tonight we're going to lay down some precautions. Some form of guidance for you in case you do encounter these types of ghosts. These shadowy entities. We'll name them the Edgewalkers for now. Listen very carefully, parasites. Jonathan, would you do the honors of reading?
Sure, Matt. Here we go. This is MARSTON Advisory List number 92, Edgewalker Protocol. First of all, learn how to tell them apart from other types of entities. They will never appear in front of you unless you are in your sleep. These are beings of malice. Their mere presence gives off a feeling of sudden breathlessness and, oddly, a slight smell of burning almond. Now, here's a bit of do's and don'ts. Do stay aware of patterns. Be mindful of repeated events, déjà vu, whether they feel familiar or completely new. These repetitions are not coincidence. A simple nod as you go would be enough to interrupt what they're trying to do. Do respect their silent spaces. The creature thrives in areas of stillness and uncertainty. When there's a break in conversation, or when your mind wanders into the silence, you've just entered its domain. Acknowledge the silence, but don't linger in it. Move forward. Fill it with something concrete, like music, words, or a single purposeful movement. Do look at shadows, but not faces. It only takes shape in the peripherals of your vision. If you catch its shape in the shadow, then you know it's close. It will take that moment of uncertainty and grow stronger. You should stare at the space or direction where you think you saw the shadow for at least 10 seconds. This is unless you see a face instead. And this is in all caps, my dear parasites. Do not stare at disembodied faces for longer than 2 seconds. Now, for the don'ts. Don't break your routine. Once you deviate from your daily patterns, the entity can latch onto the confusion. If you suddenly find yourself questioning the passage of time or realizing something doesn't quite add up, you can always step back to your usual routine. Stay grounded in the mundane, in the real world, no matter how unremarkable it may seem. Don't follow unseen paths. By unseen paths, we mean perhaps at the bend of a dark hallway, driving through foggy roads, walking up twisted stairs, or through the smallest gaps in the fabric of reality. If you feel it calling, stay in the light, stay in the moment, and don't venture into places uninvited. And last and most importantly, don't... Oh, hush, you're fine. They're not going to bite. If you stay still, they won't feel threatened.
You can always go back to the control room, Tegan's room, and be all alone again.
You know, we hate doing this to you, but new protocol demands it. Intruders like you, well, we can't let you go until further investigation. That's how we lost Gary.
Rest in peace, Gary.
So, any ending statements, Matt?
Yes, I would like to just remind you listeners to keep your eyes wide and your minds wider, because what's coming usually won't knock before entering.
That's lovely, Matt. Anyway, stay tuned in, parasites. Still to come, Adrianus continues the countdown to the realm of Gentle Sleep's zombie apocalypse. We break down Tegan's news across the realms and the Q&A portion where no question is too trivial. We listen to Maxine's ever-brilliant adventures, and finally, we get the latest sports updates from Lazslo. Don't go anywhere. Some of you already can't. And now, a message from our sponsors.
They say the veil between worlds is thin, and sometimes it leaves things behind. Introducing Netheros Cards, the elusive card collection made by the Happy Prism Company. Each card features a hand-illustrated mystical creature, ancient demons, vengeful spirits, slumbering titans, forgotten ghouls, and strange entities all across the realms. But you can't buy a pack of Netheros cards. There's no store, no website, no checkout button. It could be tucked inside an old library book. or in a secondhand coat pocket. They appear in the most unexpected of places. Sometimes they appear in places that shouldn't exist. Sometimes they show up when you need them to be seen. And sometimes, just sometimes, the card finds you. Each card is a mystery waiting to be discovered. Every discovery is a story waiting to be told. Netheros Cards, Collect the Unseen, by Happy Prism.
When I first got started, I thought the only way to build wealth was to grind. Work 16 hours a day, save every penny. But it took me 7 years to realize real wealth comes from passive income. You need assets that generate returns without you lifting a finger. For me, that meant setting up long-term investments, structures, systems that could feed themselves. The key is to find resources that can't leave. Things that are trapped by circumstance, by dependency, by the very fact that no one even knows they exist anymore. Once you have them in place, you just sit back and let the dividends roll in. No stress, no oversight. I sleep better now, knowing that every night while I rest, they're still working for me. If you're not building passive income streams like this, you're working too hard. Curious how it works? Let's talk. Drop an email to the Cozy Box with the subject line, Raymond, teach me your ways. Or leave a comment on whichever platform you are tuning into. Come on, let's make money.
Stay informed, stay alert, stay alive. You're tuned in to the Cozy Box.
We are back, parasites, and no, the clocks still haven't moved an inch. And speaking of not moving an inch, our guest here has finally agreed to keep quiet and behave. At least until we finish the show. Very good job, dear intruder. Now, if anyone needs a bathroom break, this would be a great time. Because it's time for Health and Lifestyle with Adrianus.
Ah, a joke. Remind me to laugh next time, Jonathan. Maybe while I'm hauling your next IKEA order, because we both know you can't lift a flat pack without crying.
Oh, I'm counting on it, buddy. In the meantime, I think the parasites need you more. Take the mic and say hi.
Hello, dear parasites. This is Adrianus, your go-to guy for health and lifestyle. Let's first begin by checking the countdown timer for the zombie apocalypse, specifically in the realm of gentle sleep. According to our most reliable sources, it's approximately 120 days until the first carrier, Subject 0, infects their first victim. And once that happens, your world collapses into ruin in about 8 days. Now, parasites, have you been doing what I've told you to do in the last 10 episodes? Be honest. I can smell deception through the speaker. Because as I keep telling you, the best defense against the undead isn't bravery or firepower, it's cardio. Do you think your frail little ankles and noodle legs are going to carry you when the infected start sprinting like caffeinated wolves? No, they'll eat you first. And while we're at it, have you improved your upper body strength like I told you? How are you going to climb out of a second-story window when the front door is swarming with twitching, bile-covered nightmares? You're not. You'll try, you'll sob, you'll fall, you'll die. And hydration. If you're still downing that fizzy blood water and calling it energy, you won't make it past day 2. Zombie breath alone will send you into cardiac arrest. Alright, let's see what our listeners have sent in this week. Comment from Screaming Ginger 42. Hey Adrianus, I'm morbidly obese and I've been following your training plan, but I sneak in a little slice of cake each day. That's okay, right? Okay? No, Screaming Ginger 42, it's not okay. There's only 120 days left. I ought to slap the frosting out of you. Respectfully. You think the undead care that it was just a little slice? No. They'll rip your sugar-glazed spine out like a napkin from a birthday cupcake. But don't let me tell you how to live your life. If you want to be zombie fodder, that's entirely up to you. Next. DM from Moisture Champion. I'm an office worker and I don't get much exercise since I drive to work. What if I just hide in my basement until it's all over? Oh wow, hide in your basement? Adorable. If you do that, you're not avoiding the apocalypse, you're marinating. A sealed meat jar with Wi-Fi, tenderizing in the dark. Unless your basement has a hyper-reinforced biometric vault and 14 years of rations, you're not hiding, you're being seasoned. Start cycling to work. Jog in circles during meetings. Sprint every time someone microwaves fish in the break room. I don't care. Next. Message from Ghosted My PT. Do I really need to run every day? What if I just walk briskly while listening to the show? Sure you can, if you're training for the annual Old Lady Mole Walkathon. Do zombies walk briskly? No. They sprint like tax collectors after payday. Your power walk is a warm-up to being devoured. Reminder, you're not training for a passive-aggressive step challenge. You're training for a zombie apocalypse. Listen, parasites. I mock you because I care. When the end comes, and it will, I want your screams to rip through the void. That's how I know you listened, that you ran, that you survived. Now then, let's get back to Jonathan. Stick around, or jog in place. Just keep moving.
That's some solid advice, Adrianus. Not terrifying at all. Tegan, do you mind handing over the reports? Thank you so much. And congratulations again for becoming Employee of the Year.
Thank you.
We've just received a high-priority bulletin from MARSTON, the Ministry for Anomalous Response, Supernatural Threats, and Occult Neutralization. This is not a drill. A Level 3 Psychological Containment Advisory has been issued for Briar Glen Elementary School, located in Denton County, Realm of Two Moons. As of July 7th, 8:17 a.m., every person inside the building, students, teachers, administrative staff, custodians, has experienced a complete loss of memory, not just of their surroundings or their routines, but of themselves. They do not know their names. They do not remember their lives. They do not recognize their own reflections. Teachers were found sobbing in stairwells, cradling lesson plans they could not read, correcting grammar they did not understand. One second-grade student was discovered in the art room, slowly attempting to peel the skin from her face with safety scissors. When asked why, she said, "I want to see the girl underneath." MARSTON officials ask that anyone who has visited the school or come into contact with anyone who has in the last 48 hours to immediately isolate and report to the nearest cognitive calibration center. Early signs of contamination include short-term memory gaps, altered blinking patterns, and reflections that do not mimic your breathing. And one final note, this comes not from MARSTON, but from eyewitnesses on the scene. It's been reported that if you stand across the street from the school and stare at the building, you'll feel that it seems to notice you, as though the building shifts and breathes. It is rather addicting. We would urge you not to try it, but something tells me some of you already have. Stay inside, do not investigate, do not approach. Now, parasites, it's time for our call-ins and Q&A, where you reach out across the void and we answer your questions the best we can. So let's dive in. This one's from Flesh Minister 1994. Hi, Cozy Box. My roommate hasn't blinked in 4 days, but he still goes about his day like normal. Should I be worried? Short answer, yes. Longer answer, try to check for pulse if possible. If he doesn't have any, you should probably pack your bags and get out of there. Your roommate is not your roommate anymore. Here's one from Entropy Enthusiast. Hi, I keep finding the same coin under my nightstand every morning. No matter where I hide it, even when I swallow it, should I be concerned? Yes. That's the memory token loop, common side effect of sleeping too close to a fractured timeline. Keep it up and eventually you'll start coughing up interest payments. I'm just kidding. There is nothing to worry about. My advice? Use it as payment. Won't fix anything, but it'll keep you entertained and save you a penny for each grocery run.
Someone's on line 1.
Excellent. Put him through.
Hi, Jonathan. My name is Glenn. This is weird. Your number just appeared on a business card that showed up on our front door a few days ago. Anyway, listening to Matt's story earlier, I think someone's following me. I only ever see half their face, like peeking through windows, walls, or anything reflective. It's always half a face. Just always half a face. And that smell of burnt nuts. I can smell it everywhere, like Matt said. Burning nuts everywhere I freaking go. I think I'm going insane.
Okay, you're not insane. Don't panic. As long as you haven't looked at the face for 2 seconds, you will be fine.
I think I did, Jonathan. I think I did.
Glenn, listen to me. Stop looking at the entity. Read a book. Go for a jog with headphones on. Do anything to keep your eyes away from the entity. It can't hurt you. Yet.
Oh my god. Why is this happening to me?
Hello? Must have cut off. Huh. Burnt nuts.
Line 2, Jonathan.
Lovely. You're on air.
Man, this here's a load of pure bullshit. Who in the hell do y'all think you are? Ain't nobody getting helped. Y'all just sitting around playing make-believe. Talking about realms and that goofy old radio nonsense. How about this? Why don't y'all try getting a real damn job? And you, Jonathan? Hell, you can suck my spectral wiener, you damn clown. I'm out.
Ah, there it is, our daily rage snack. First off, no one's forcing anyone to listen. Your off button still works, doesn't it? But honestly, we appreciate the call. It's nice to know that anger still exists outside of corporate customer service. Well, parasites, that was as enlightening as a blood-soaked crystal ball. Coming up next, we hand things over to our resident collector of dangerous cards and walking tech anomaly, Maxine.
Hello, parasites. Maxine here for another segment of Gears and Monsters.
Tell me, is it time for another creature of the day?
You bet, Jonathan. I found a new card, and this one's a real gem. I actually found it a few days ago while wandering through the realm of sparkling oceans. Ooh, you'll never guess where I found it.
Let me guess. Inside a vending machine, you stole whole because you didn't have the right currency again.
No, silly. So, I was just taking a relaxing stroll, minding my own business, in this old abandoned asphalt mine. Super cozy. And there he was, this guy, just lying lifeless on one of the rocks like a crumpled up rag doll, and clutched in his hand a shimmering Netheros card. I had to really pry it out of his fingers. Like, seriously, they need to nerf rigor mortis in this realm. It's way too OP.
And you did call the authorities after that, right?
Well, about that.
Never mind. That's a story for another day. Anyway, that's a really nice card, and in good condition, too.
Oh, these Netheros cards are practically indestructible. No need for sleeves or cases. Grade 10 every time. You could launch one into a volcano, and it'd still come back gem mint.
Wow. So how rare are these things, anyway?
Well, Happy Prism, the company who designed and distributed them, said the odds of finding one naturally are about 1,000,000 to 1. But if you're somehow drawn to them, like psychically, emotionally, spiritually, it bumps your odds to about 1 in 5,000. Can you believe it? It's just like finding a shiny.
I'm sorry? A shiny what?
Oh, never mind. But if you know where to look and you've got the inner magnetism pulling you toward them, like me, it's basically Easter egg hunting, just with more existential danger and fewer chocolate rabbits.
Sounds deeply unhealthy. So what creature have we got today?
All right, today's Netheros card is for the fascinating lake dwellers called Lyravel. Classified as a threat level 1, Lyravels can be found on many realms, but mostly hail from the realm of tireless expeditions, a place filled with unmapped ruins and lakes that appear where they shouldn't. They're elegant creatures, eerily so. Pointed ears, long limbs, and the signature smooth greenish skin that always look wet for some reason.
Wow, you just gave an accurate description of our man Adrianus here.
Clothesok, respectfully.
You know we love you. Isn't that right, Maxine?
We love you, Adrianus. Anyway, Lyravels aren't physically dangerous. Not directly. But they are master illusionists. They use faces and voices that you trust. A missing friend, a dead pet, your first kiss. They call from the edge of forgotten lakes and coax you into the water. You walk in willingly. Swim, even. They don't pull. You follow. And by the time you realize you're alone, you're too far from shore to make it back.
So, not great for vacation spots.
Not ideal, no.
And you obviously sound like you had a run-in.
Yeah, about 2 weeks ago, actually. I was poking around Lake Pierce. Don't ask why. And I heard someone calling my name in this familiar tone. It sounded exactly like my old literature professor, Dr. Holloway. The one who always stared at me funny during class and has permanent coffee breath.
Charming.
So I start walking towards the voice, right? Across this old mossy ridge near the water. And then I saw him, standing just behind the tree line. I take one step too far and bam! I slip, crack my head on a rock, and go out like a light. And when I woke up, it was still there. Just standing over me. Still wearing Dr. Holloway's face. Not moving. Not speaking. Just staring. Honestly, it looked kind of bored. Like it had been waiting for something fun to happen and was disappointed by how hard I flopped. I felt so bad that I just clapped on instinct. Like a little round of, hey, good effort. Then I stood up and slowly walked away. It didn't follow, just turned back to its original form and walked back into the mist. So yeah, turns out they can't hurt you directly, just lure you, trick you, or confuse you. So, parasites, if you ever hear someone you know calling from a lake you don't remember being there before, don't follow, don't answer, and watch your step.
Thanks, Maxine. Well, that was Gears and Monsters, where the monsters are strange, the advice is surprisingly useful, and Maxine occasionally applauds entities that try to drown her. And now, up next, this is Lazslo for sports.
Knocks when you are not expecting anyone. Scratches when you are expecting knocks. Taps once when you're alone. Taps twice when you're certain you aren't. Walks when the house settles. Turns on lights you don't remember turning off. Whispers before the storm. Screams after the silence. Hates being seen, but loves being heard. Lingers behind closed doors. Doors you swore you locked. Counts your steps when you leave the room. Counts different numbers when you return. Listens through the phone. Speaks when the line goes dead. Sometimes sounds like your mother. Sometimes sounds like you. Knocks. Only once. Scratches. All night. The door is open, even when it's closed.
And that has been sports. Okay, we're almost out of time, parasites. But since time has stopped here momentarily, should I rather say time is almost out of us? Before we go, Matt, could you come over here real quick? I think he's taking over.
That's earlier than expected.
Yeah, just try to sort it out for me. Will you, buddy? I'll see you later.
Yeah, okay.
Hello, folks. Nathaniel here. I think it's time, long overdue, actually, for another segment of The Feeding.
Sorry, Nathaniel. Time's almost starting again.
Hey, Matt, can you stop speaking for a sec? You're kind of killing the whole vibe here. You see, this place hungers. Wait, this guy's still alive? God, I love how Jonathan runs things. Let's check in with one of our earlier friends, the guy who said the show was, how'd he put it? Bullshit?
It's just a normal guy.
Hey, Matt, can I ask you something? How'd you get the balls to interrupt me while I'm speaking into the mic?
Sorry.
That's not very nice.
Hello.
Hi, listener. Welcome back to the Cozy Box. How are you doing?
Who is this? Man, I told y'all already. You're all just a bunch of wackos playing radio.
You did, and guess what? You've actually said the bonus word and won a prize. Would you like to know what it is?
Quit bullshitting. Is this for real?
As real as the knock you're about to hear about now.
What the fuck? How did you... What the hell? Who are those people outside?
Well,
Wait,
folks, that's all
this
for
isn't my
tonight.
front
We'll
lawn.
see you on the next
What have
episode.
you done?
Sleep
Please,
tight.
I'm sorry. Please stop this.
It's the day of the dead. 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 I'm going to crush your skull and blow your mind, 'cause today we're in control. It's the day of the dead. 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 And you can run all night, but you sure can't hide. We are coming to get your soul. Out through graves and broken bones. Is that your name on a new tombstone? I can't wait to start the chase. I've been starving all damn day. Feel the excitement in the air. Witches and goblins are everywhere. Mommies and pumpkins are friends of mine. What's in this drink? Is it blood or wine? Are you in for a trick? Are you in for a treat? 'Cause tonight's going to be such a wonderful feast. A feast for you or me. Oh yeah, I've been waiting for this special scary occasion. There's no looking back, I'm on the attack. Can't wait to feast on a human stack. They say all year I'm sad, but on Halloween I feel so glad. Fun and pranks, candy snacks when the zombies rise from the cracks. It's the day of the dead. 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 I'm going to crush your skull and blow your mind, 'cause today we're in control. It's the day of the dead. 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 And you can run all night, but you sure can't hide. We are coming to get your soul. Walking through the haunted woods, looking for flesh candies like we should. How much more do I have to wait? I wanna know how the humans taste. Try and hang on to your life. Crazy things happen on Friday night. I just want to celebrate. This is my favorite holiday. Scary monsters and mayhem are everywhere. It's a night full of frights, beware of a scare. Are you scared? Are you sure you aren't scared? Vampires, ghosts, and witches, friends from the underworld all come to visit. Grave digging by the unforgiving. Watch your step or you might go missing. Just kidding, let's run and have fun and raise hell for the rising sun. So try and hold on to your head. Come and join us for the parade. It's the day of the dead. 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 I'm going to crush your skull and blow your mind, 'cause today we're in control. It's the day of the dead. 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 And you can run all night, but you sure can't hide. We are coming to get your soul. It's the day of the dead. 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 I'm going to crush your skull and blow your mind, 'cause today we're in control. It's the day of the dead. It's the day of the dead. It's the